Build part 36. This is fixing the brass gibs. I don't have the other gib in here and yet. I haven't finished machining it. But on this one, when I installed it, if you look, it's got a little side play left and right. And I know it's not all the way in there, but I made a mistake when I made these gibs. And the mistake that I made was I put these flat bottoms in here. I just drilled them out flat. And they need to be pointed so that when they're tensioned up, they won't play, they won't move back and forth. This back and forth movement changes the dimensions slightly. Then it'll be like if you run it one way, it'll get real loose, and if you run it the other way, it'll get tighter as the tension changes. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and put some points in here and get my screws with points as well. And then we'll put this guy back on, and we should see an improvement there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get the pitch right. I've got these actually at the wrong angle, I've noticed. I did this, I believe, on the aluminum bar, and so I actually have the pitch going at this angle when I actually need it like this. So I've got the mill in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just straighten the bottoms out, and then I'll come back and I will I'll come back and I will get the points in the correct place. Okay, I got the backs flat. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in and put the pointed screws in so I can define where the center of the the center of the point will go. Okay, so I've got this clamped in here. I've got this screw just to hold my center point right now, and then I've got this one here to give me some back pressure. And I got one of the original screws here, and it's got a pointy tip. There it is. And as I run this into that gib on that flat that I created, it should go ahead and put a mark there for me. Okay, I can see it pushing out here. I'm going to have to get a way to get a little bit more back pressure on that. Okay, so I've got this little point shown, and I'll show it to you. Hopefully it'll focus in there. From here, you can see it's a little bit low and to the left of the entire hole. So we'll go ahead and do this to the other side now, this far one over here. Okay, so I got a couple more here now. I'm going to go ahead and do this other one. I've got this one lined up. Sorry. This one's lined up and crimped in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. See it raise up a little bit. Okay, just to show you here, through magic, I've got all of these centers marked, lining up in the screw hole there. That one's lower, as you can tell. Alright, so I'm going to put a needle point in these so when the screws tighten up, they'll hold them perfectly. I'll get over to the mill and show you how I'm going to do that. So I have this tapered cutter here. It's got a sharper angle on the other side. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know what it's specifically called if somebody wants to pipe in. Looks like it's got a model number though, 26333. It's got a 45-degree angle and a 60-degree angle depending on which side. 1/4 inch, and it's a USA. So I'll just take that tip, and this is highly magnified, and put it in the divot. I don't know if I can get there, if you can see it. Not seeing it too well from this angle through the camera, but I will line those up and bring them down just a tad to create the correct conical feature that I need, so the screws and so the gib doesn't move back and forth. Alright, so I'll get set up there and I'll show you the milling. Actually, I had to get my magnifying glass out to line this up. And the last one. Whoops. I need 3 hands to do all this. There it is. And you can see that it cut out the little bit on the high side. Getting those cones in there. Okay, so we'll go fit this now. Final here. When I was doing this before, moving this forward and backwards, what would happen is you would, when you'd slide this in, you'd see this brass come towards you, and then when you'd slide it the other way, the brass would move back. But as you can see with the points now, it is definitely in there straight. Now I'm going to do some work, and using a little magic I will go ahead and get these things perfectly aligned. I got them pretty tight right now. I don't know, maybe there's a little slop in there, but I think I just need to work them in just a little bit to get them perfect. Fine tune here. I did get the little Craftsman wrenches here, and this is 5/16. It matches up with the metric there. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Y'all have a nice evening.